Guys, I should be live on YouTube at the present time. I am just looking to see that that's the case. I hope I am. Yeah, that looks like it. As you can see, I've got my YouTube link up above there, so it's youtube.com/@CheapSkateStreamer. If you want to follow the journey with me online, basically my what I'm about is I'm about streaming on multiple platforms, and during the streams I will show a variety of media and react to that and that sort of thing. So I actually started the stream on Telegram. Let me just get you the address on Telegram because it's slightly different. So if I just put that up where the other one was, so we'll change that over. So on Telegram, which I highly recommend everybody installs if you haven't already, whether on your phone or on a laptop. If you go to CheapSkateStream, so if you want the whole address, it's t.me/CheapSkateStream as opposed to CheapSkateStreamer, and join the chat group there. When I go live, you should be able to see a notification just to indicate that that's the case. Yeah, so in short, I want to get on and have a look and see what I had lined up for this evening. When we were on Telegram a short time ago, I was just having a look at a series that's on Channel 4. It's on All 4 online, and it's the celebrity SAS Who Dares Wins, and Matt Hancock is in that. I had seen a couple of clips on Twitter earlier of him getting a hard time, and it was just too tempting. I don't normally watch TV at all, but it was just the fact that he was getting a hard time, and I just couldn't help myself. I had to go and look at it. So I've actually gone back to the first episode in that series, and yeah, it's quite interesting to watch. Quite interesting to see how he acts. So guys, let me just swap this back again to reflect the fact that we are on YouTube at present. It's always good to remind myself because YouTube, of course, is one of the most censored platforms out there. And with that in mind, I need to be careful about what I say and do on the platform. So let me just change a couple of things around here. Okay, so I'm just going to flick that over. Now you may or may not see that very well. I will review the stream later just to see what it actually looks like in terms of the end result. But what we've got in a frame here apparently is the human nervous system, which was dissected by two medical students in 1925 over the course of 1500 hours. And it's said that there are only 4 fully intact dissected human nervous systems in the world. And of course, if it takes that amount of time and effort to remove the system from the body, you can well understand why there are only 4 of them. It would be really easy to make a mistake and to destroy it. But yeah, if you didn't know what it was, you could be forgiven for thinking that that was some sort of a leaf, or some kind of a branch structure. It's really quite fascinating to look at. Okay, just trying to assess what I can and can't show here. So the next clip is a video. I think I'll just put that on and let it play. But first of all, guys, just let me mute the mic so that you don't get a lot of feedback or whatever. And I'll come back with a comment in a couple of seconds afterwards.
Gun shop owners say concerns fueled by the war in Israel are triggering a surge in sales here.
In fact, many local Jewish families are arming themselves for the first time. KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw joins us live in Burbank with this trend that's happening. Jen.
Yeah, I spoke with so many members of the Jewish community today, and they say they don't feel safe, they feel threatened, and even worse, they don't feel safe in their own homes. Sales are soaring in local gun stores as fears mount over the war raging in the Middle East. Gun store owners say they're seeing an influx of Jewish and Israeli Americans arming up in case they're the next target here at home.
The idea that people can go to door, terrorists can go door to door with impunity and not face armed resistance it's something difficult to process, especially as an American.
Charles Jasper works as the director of Aegis Private Security and Gun Training. He's also Jewish. His business has doubled since the war began. First-time buyers, many women, tell me they're too afraid to go on camera, but are ready to protect their families.
She has a reasonable fear. She hasn't practiced this, self-defense in her life.
At Burbank Ammo and Guns, they're up 75% in firearm safety certification tests, selling nearly 200. This time last year, just 45.
And that's a good indicator of who's a first-time buyer.
Eric Fletcher is a store manager who says concerns are clearly growing.
It's not quite as bad as COVID was. The line was out the door, wrapped around the block. Now it's still very, very busy.
And it's not just the Jewish community. The FBI says there have been hundreds of threats made against both Jewish and Muslim Americans since the war in Israel started. Many of these first-time buyers are afraid. I finally found a woman who would actually speak to me about her story, why she is so fearful and why she's buying a gun for the first time. We are live in Burbank. Jennifer McGraw, KTLA 5 News.
Okay, so I'm sure you got the gist there, and I think the reality probably is as suggested there, that a lot of people actually are quite afraid because of basically the fact that once you bring religion into a conflict, things become very polarized, particularly where you've got two religions which are in some ways broadly very similar, and in other ways at polar opposites of each other. I thought it was funny the way the guy said something about that whenever the motivation for buying weapons was COVID, that the line was out the door and down the street, and that made me think back to In the early days of the lockdowns here, when shops were only letting one person in at a time. And I suppose, if that was the case, then you could well imagine that the queue would have been out the door and down the street. That wouldn't be a surprise at all. But yeah, there you go. It sounds as though some people in the States were they were tooling up at the time of the pandemic as well. I'm almost tempted to say that tells you everything you need to know about the average American, but I realise that would be a bit of a racist comment, and so for that reason, I'm not going to put it in those terms. What I will say instead is that tells you everything you need to know about mainstream propaganda, and the harmful effect that it can have on people. The fact that a conflict, albeit a slightly religious one, thousands and thousands of miles away, can have any kind of an impact on sales of weapons in the United States is absolutely ridiculous. But there we go. I suppose it makes about as much sense as people rushing out to buy all the toilet roll for a pandemic. A pandemic that, I might add, wasn't known to give you diarrhea. Guys, let's move on and have a look at the next clip.
Shame! 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 Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! More criminals!
Okay, so in case you didn't catch him there, that was Sir CheapSkateStreamer. Apparently he had given a speech at Chatham House. Actually, it was described as a warmongering speech, and obviously word had gotten out that he was there. And the protesters were shouting ceasefire now, which obviously is not what the government, it's not what the Conservative government are looking for at the present time, given the fact that they actually sacked one of their parliamentary private secretaries, I believe it was yesterday, because he had written to Rishi Sunak to suggest that he push for a prolonged ceasefire or a cessation, or words to that effect. Guys, a couple more little images and so on, and then after that I'm actually going to move over to continue things on Twitch. Let me just throw up the link for that. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, now would be a good time to look up twitch.tv /CheapSkateStreamer. I will be moving over to Twitch very shortly, but in the meantime, let me just put up another couple of things for you. This one I think is pretty self-explanatory. It appears to be talking about not talking about it. It appears to be referring to the way, whether through AI or other advances in technology, bit by bit, the essence of the human race appears to be being dissected and qualified in digital terms. Hence the morphing, if you like, into some kind of a barcode, or perhaps a QR code might have been more up to date. Believe it or not, I believe you can actually store an awful lot more data within a QR code, whereas a barcode is simply that. It is simply the pretty much a representation visually of the digits that appear alongside it there. But a QR code has that third dimension, which isn't present in an actual barcode. Somewhere somebody would be able to find out if you were to look, do a search, how much data, how many bits of data can be stored within a QR code, and you'll see that depending, I suppose, on the quality of your imaging equipment, you could actually argue that the quantity of data that you could store within that should be almost unlimited. But yeah, that's just to throw that out there. What else have we got? Actually, on the same theme, have a look at this little video.
我给你演个活儿，老爷。再见。
Okay, hopefully you were able to see that. Essentially what appears to have happened there is that the door that the person was trying to get through was locked. The method to open the door involves scanning basically facial recognition, I suppose, and the person was able to take a photograph off a notice board just outside the door, hold the person's image up to the facial scanner. It recognized the face as somebody who would be authorized entry, and released the door. Now I'm not too sure just how well that would work in real life, let's say. I do have a bit of a suspicion that maybe it wasn't just quite as straightforward as all that. But there you go, guys. This is the end of my stream on YouTube for this evening. Let me just wish you a happy Halloween, and as I say, I will be live on Twitch in a couple of moments after I disconnect from YouTube. If you would like to join me over on Twitch, please take a note: twitch.tv/CheapSkateStreamer. And the next time I'll be online will be tomorrow morning at 6 AM. I'll be starting off on Telegram. The link for Telegram is that one. It's t.me/CheapSkateStream. So just CheapSkateStream, not streamer, on Telegram. And as I say, I'll be live tomorrow morning from 6 AM for roughly half an hour, if you want to join me there. But guys, that's it for now on YouTube. thank you for joining me if you have. I don't see any comments or anything just at the present time. Let me just change this back again for a second. There we go. Okay, and I'm back. So yeah, as I say, I'm not actually set up really at the minute to be able to see comments if there are comments coming in. Hopefully I will get to that in due course. But for now, it's good night, happy Halloween, and see you tomorrow morning if you're available for the Telegram. Cheapskate.